How you guys doing? It's Seb here. We have a brand new series on PES 2017. We're gonna call it Top 10. That will cover top 10 best players, best gems, best gold and silver for my club, top 10 best players in general on PES 2017, top 10 fails, top 10, you know, you get the point. But the first 5 episodes of this series will be episode 1 is gonna be top 10 best goalkeepers on PES 2017 for my club. And it's not going to be black ball elite players, it's going to be silver and gold, because black ball is obvious who's good and who's not. In fact, there are actually some elite black ball players. I don't choose them. There are some gold ball players, I prefer them over the black ball elite. It just depends on the formation and squad that you use and etc. So this episode I'm going to cover the top 10 best silver and gold goalkeepers for PES 2017 on my club. Now obviously I'm not going to go through a lot. I have a list of 50 players. I'm going to cover the top 10 and the rest of the list it will be on PESuniverse.com PESology section. PESology was going to be a separate complete website, but I like to join up with PES Universe to basically episode 2 I'm going to be covering the best center back. Episode 3 is going to be the best fullbacks, and then the best defensive midfielders, the best balance and offensive midfielders, the best wingers, not winningers, and the best strikers, SS and CF. So if you're excited for the series, can we get 200 likes? And I will upload the rest of it this week, every day. Alright, let's jump right into it. As you can see, these are our top 10 goalkeepers, and I've been using these goalkeepers, trying every single one of them on the live stream. We've been discussing a lot. These are the top 10 in my opinion, and the majority of people will agree. We have Leno from Bayer Leverkusen, we have Butland, Julio Cesar, Diego Lopez, Oblak, Tim Krul, Enyama, Sirigu, Minanda and Alisson. Now, just an overall kind of going through these goalkeepers, I will show you individual stats as well. Leno, just an overall decent goalkeeper from form to ability, everything. The only downside, he's a defensive goalkeeper. Now the problem is with defensive goalkeepers, if you are using an aggressive manager with defensive style aggressive and frontline pressure, goalkeepers tend to not leave their own goal line, and that is kind of dangerous against certain people. And personally, I'm not a fan of defensive goalkeepers, but right now I don't really have a choice. I already have these goalkeepers. Ideally, I would recommend going for Butland, Julio Cesar and Leno. If you have those 3 goalkeepers, you are sorted. And when it comes to black ball goalkeepers, to be honest, it's De Gea or I think De Gea is top. Obviously Neuer is the obvious one, but De Gea and Peter Cech is good as well. So other goalkeepers, as you can see, Leno is a defensive goalkeeper. Butland has no style. Julio Cesar is an offensive goalkeeper. He actually plays like a sweeper. He jumps out a lot. You can create chances. You can create long ball counters with him. Diego Lopez is a defensive goalkeeper. Oblak is a defensive goalkeeper. Tim Krul, I'm not sure 100% about him. I think he doesn't have any cards. Now these goalkeepers, when it has a PK sign on him, Enyama, Sirigu and Mandanda, these guys are the best to save penalty kicks because they have high explosive power and speed. So if you are playing my club online competition, you need to use these goalkeepers because you'll most likely end up in penalties. Anyway, now that you know the top 10 list, now first goalkeeper we're going to go for is obviously Leno. He's a defensive goalkeeper. Overall stats, you know, he has decent speed, explosive power. That's the reason why he comes first. Decent jump, he's tall enough, decent form, injury resistant. The only thing he kinda lacks is the clearing, which tends to have a lot of rebounds. But overall, he's a decent goalkeeper, in my opinion. Next, we have Butland. Something magical about Butland this year, I guess, whether it's PES or FIFA, tall goalkeepers are really effective. Now, what is special about him? Obviously, he's tall, and for a silver goalkeeper, he does have a decent form, and look at that stats: coverage, reflex, clearing, catching, 89. I mean, he's a decent stats for a silver goalkeeper, and so far, in my opinion, the best silver goalkeeper I've used has to be Butland, and Alisson, Roma goalkeeper, is decent as well. Now, as I said, guys, most of these goalkeepers, I don't see the point of me going through every single individual of these goalkeepers. Obviously, all you need to know is the top 10 names, and then you can simply come to my club menu and then go to top agents right here. Once you click on top agents, you simply hit the triangle button on PS4. Obviously you have to select the goalkeepers. You select the goalkeeper agent and you hit the triangle button, and there you go, there's a list of all these goalkeepers. So maybe before you decide which one to sign, you may want to take a look as well. As I said, Enyama is decent for saving penalties. I mean, this guy, I had him at the beginning, he was beastly, saving penalties left and right. Diego Lopez, decent stat as for a goalkeeper. The only thing he lacks is coverage, and it's not that low at all. Sergio, look at that, speed 70, 79, explosive power 880. That is fucking crazy for a goalkeeper. So he is, I think in my opinion, he's the best goalkeeper when it comes to saving penalties. And Oblak, there is definitely something magical about this guy, as I said, but the downside, he's a defensive goalkeeper, but he is doing good. I mean, as I said, the problem with defensive goalkeepers, they don't tend to come out even in one-on-one. Pepe Reina has been giving me a hard time recently. He's in good form, but obviously his form from 1 till 8 is 4, so most likely he's going to be in a bad condition. Julio Cesar is on my list to get him from the auction house. I save my GP for the auction house to get the player that I want, not the player that I... to get the players that I need, not the players that I want, if that makes sense. Anyway guys, hope you guys found the video useful. If you can at least get 200 likes, I will continue with the series. Next episode we're going to be top 10 defenders, silver and gold, fullbacks, defensive midfielders, etc, etc. Anyway guys, I've been Sep. Until next time, ciao for now.